Hello everyone, Wizzy Wizard here with a new video. So today I wanted to take another look at the pre-alpha game Marauder. So most of you probably have no idea, but about 6 or 7 months ago I made a video on Marauder about the pre-alpha gameplay and it blew up. 4.2k views. So cue that overused sound effect. And obviously, I'm just kidding, but I did want to take the time to thank the people that did watch that video and comment and like. It really meant a lot to me to know that people do watch my content. So thank you to anybody who did engage with that. So seeing that Marauder isn't a very well-known game, seeing that it's in very, very early stages of being developed, I figure that most of you guys don't know what it is. Um, so I will just really quickly read the summary from their fig.co page, just so you guys have an idea of what it actually is. So Marauder is a space pirate multiplayer game in which players explore industrialized deep space set around the 1990s. Earth has expanded its industry and where law and order is out of reach and it's the new Wild West. You can raid colonies, factories, space stations for valuable loot, or board other players' ships to take their gear by force, and then return before your oxygen runs out. So, if you didn't get the idea, it's basically Escape from Tarkov in space. Sounds kind of like a knockoff when you hear it like that, but it's really not. Alright, so the first thing I wanted to do is jump into the equipment tab before I do deploy. So I did do a brief video on this before, but it really wasn't much, it wasn't in depth or anything like that, so I did want to show some of the improvements and some of the stuff they do have. So you have your player's inventory over here, pockets, your bag, armor. If you right click, it does tell you heavy chest protection. This is a light one. Helmet is sturdy. I'm guessing that's about medium because there's light and heavy as well. So weapons wise, you do have your sidearms, like basic sidearms. This is a 45 caliber semi-automatic. If you click weapon menu, there is slots to add attachments as well. I'm honestly not sure if the attachments are in the game yet. I have not seen any. Same thing with basically any weapon. When I first started, it was basically the MP40, the MP45, the Uzi, and then like just a basic pistol and a knife. Right now they did add like crafting materials, basic bags, STG. These are all stretched. This is pre-alpha. I forgot to mention that at the beginning. This is pre-alpha, so don't judge it too hard on, thumbnails and pictures of the weapons and whatnot. So second, I'll go to the shop. So the shop resets every hour. I'll just show you what it is. So this is actually the first time I've gotten M16, so that's cool. I usually grab just any ammo that I can. A commando bag, shopkeeper items. This is what you do to trade an item back, obviously, to get the money back. Basic shop. So the next portion here I wanted to show is the crafting menu. So the crafting has everything to do with stats. I will just quickly show you the crafting just so you can see it. You have to unlock each one of the crafting items here. Show you how to make, a basic bandage. So synthetic scrap is something right here where you can find looted off of enemies or in their crates and stuff like that. I will just make a bandage and that'll pop down here. We'll make those as well. So while I'm making those, I'll hop over here to stats. As you rank up and stuff like that, the stats right here don't actually do anything currently. I am starting to see that you're going to be able to craft most items eventually. Going back to the crafting, once that's finished, collect. So lastly, in the menus here, we're going to look at the hangar. This is the only ship that I do have. The customization isn't in currently. Alrighty, so now when you immediately spawn, you're going to spawn in your ship. Down there. So you're going to come up here, and this is where you jump in to basically control your ship. There are multiple areas. I have not really found any use for a lot of this stuff. These are the escape pods. With the escape pods, you can move quicker, but I honestly didn't even see really any positive use for it because if you bring your whole ship, you can actually leave the raid if you want to by typing in a code to get into your ship. So I'll show you guys that also. So engine room, I truly don't know what the engine room does. You can't use anything. So currently I don't think it matters. So this is the other main area that we need to, the docking bay. So if you look at the docking bay, this door right here, if you, alright, so let's quickly join out on our journey. So here is our ship. So ship, very basic, can't really maneuver up and down, it's just side to side. Speed is basically just one speed. You can shoot, but there's really no use to it right now. It is an option, at least you know it's going to be there. But right now, it's just not a feature that is any use in the game. So right now we're just gonna head to the first raid area. I do believe this is the spaceport, but don't quote me on that because I truly don't know. So when you want to enter a raid, you'll see something like this where it's a yellow door basically. So if you're in your escape pod, you can fly right into it, no problem. If you're in your ship, just same thing, fly right up to it, and then it'll start loading you into that area and put you back into your ship. So now that I docked at this place, I'm gonna go out here to the docking bay. So docking bay is to the right of the engine room. So you can see there's 3 numbers here. So these 3 numbers are super important if you want to actually get away. Say you're, in a kind of a sticky situation and you need to go. You go to the dock and then you put in 355 and there you go. But these numbers are random, so the 355 isn't a number that you use all the time. Alright, so we are in the first raid area. So the AI is very, very sensitive, so I am gonna crouch. See? Super sensitive. They knew I was there already. Alright, so you got a sidearm. Let's see, bolt action sidearm. Gunpowder, take that. Alright, so obviously you can see this is the enemy inventory screen for the dead body. He really didn't have much, so... Oh, just in case anybody wanted to know, this is what I'm running. Alright. So one thing I will say too, there are loot boxes that you, like crates that you can loot. I'll show you one right now. It's just, they're not the best at being able to see exactly what can be looted and what can't. The loot in this game is obviously pretty basic, but so as you can see, there are random things that you can loot on the shelves and whatnot. So there's a knife right here. There's obviously this box here that I can look at. So Bowie knife, which is pretty cool. I have not gotten a Bowie knife yet. I'm just going to preface this right now. I am not great at shooters, but I will definitely try it out. And you'll see the AI is kind of crazy and sporadic. There is lean. As they fly across the screen. When the game first came out, the AI was insane. They did not miss shots. Shit. And I can't reload. I forgot I have no ammo. These guys are gonna give me a heart attack. I couldn't even see that guy. A lot like Escape from Tarkov, where you really don't know where they're coming from. Hmm. Oh my god. I'm gonna get killed. Well, now I gotta get out of here before I bleed out. Typed in the code. Now I'm back on my ship. Alright, now that I'm back in the pilot seat, if you look in the distance, there is what's called a warp gate. So you're just gonna head toward the warp gate, and that's how you're gonna extract and keep all your items and actually get XP for playing. Get in, get your loot, get out. If you don't get out, you don't keep it. So it looks like you can jump into the gunner seat. I know there is some PvP as of right now in the game, but I did not know that you would be able to access this. So this is your escape pod. If you did ever need to kind of get away from getting attacked or anything. And I'm back in. So I am going to enter the space station, which is the newest raid area added into the game. As you can see, the space station has multiple different entrances. If I die, you can still make fun of me. Someone's near me. That's two down. Ooh, different weapon. Just gotta be careful here. love these mask glare and stuff like that. They did a great job on this. I'd say that was pretty successful.
Bruh.
2 new weapons I've never seen. We are going... Oh, there's another ship there. What the hell? Well, I guess I'm gonna have to reload. For real? Drive right into the side of the ship to get the escape pod inside. I just purposely drove it at the wrong angle. Well, let's get some escape pod gameplay. Let's try that again. Let's go to the ship and see if we can board it. I will say, it looks pretty freaking cool. Their skybox is cool. You can't go vertical or descend or anything like that, but work in progress. I get it. And there's the ship. Come on, big boy. I guess I just fly straight into it. I don't really know. I think, yeah, I'll just fly into it. Maybe an escape pod? Let's try it. Oh, it worked. Shit. Yeah, great. My God. Oh, shoot. I think I hear somebody. So just as an FYI, the loot spawns are pretty static in their locations, just in case anybody was wondering. Well, that was pretty cool. There was only 2 guys there. Yeah, gear fear. It's real. It's another ship? Yep, that's another ship. Well, would you look at that? This thing looks kinda like a sperm whale. I will actually be back for you. I am going to craft a new ship. If you slow down the back, it looks like little Pac-Man. Like fiery Pac-Man coming out of the back of my exhaust. Details. Let's see. 2 minutes. Whoa. Frickin' fancy.
Damn. Oh, that thing is fly. Let's see if it's any faster. Oh, look in the wrong direction. It does look kinda. Yeah, it's definitely a little bit faster. Let's go get this other ship, and hopefully I don't get killed. Because, like I said, I have gear fear in a pre alpha game where everything's just gonna go away, anyways. I'm gonna park up next to this guy. Slow down, slow down. Let's go find the escape pod. This is freaking terrifying. I have no idea where he is. Who the heck are these people? Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna die. Holy shit! Can I kill him? Looks dead to me.
Surprise, motherfucker!
Fuck this guy. Damn, he's got a huge gun. I'm gonna get the fuck out of here before this guy kills me. So that must be like an extra difficult one, because those guys had like the most armor I've ever seen on. Tell me this just spawned me outside the playable wall. It really did. I mean, it's pre-alpha, but that sucks. Maybe I can enter the warp gate from behind. Oh no, it's untextured. No, I'm so close. That sucks. Let's see how far we can fly. Hey everybody, this is Wizzy Wizard here, doing the top 10 out of bounds glitches on Marauder. Yeah, that's enough of that. Alright, well, that sucks. The next thing I wanted to do was kind of briefly go over some of the milestones. Most of the milestones have been achieved already, but there are a few that haven't come out yet. So I did kind of want to discuss all of them basically, just to kind of give an overall idea of where they've come from in the last 7 months. So let's just start with milestone 1. Alright, so milestone 1, we've already seen already. I went into the raid during the gameplay. It is the spaceport. It's pretty self-explanatory. During this milestone, when they did added some weapons, enemies, and then the spaceport raid as well. So milestone 2 is actually the pirate fleet. The pirate fleet, I believe, is the first ship that I entered during the gameplay. Just basic AI. During this, it looks like they added a new faction and some new ships to steal. Milestone 3 was actually the first one that actually caught my eye.
Holy shit!
It added the Royal Navy. So if you were watching in the last ship that I went into, I did mention that the enemies were a lot more difficult. They had a lot better weaponry, a lot better armor and stuff like that. So that was actually the Royal Navy, which is a higher tier enemy, which I'm really glad they did add, because a lot of the enemies were just basic bots. So that definitely is a great quality of life thing, and it shows that they're going to add different types of enemies as time goes on. So milestone 4 is actually something that I noticed right off the bat when I started playing the game again, was the advanced AI. So back, obviously, when it first came out, 6-7 months ago, probably said it like 1,000 times already, but when it did first come out, the enemies were all on a track. I mean, they walked the same direction, circles. Some of the enemies still do in some of the raids, but I noticed on the ships, they are very sporadic. I mean, you can hear them everywhere. It's just like Escape from Tarkov, where you can hear the metal noises. You can see in the gameplay in the one ship, I had no idea where the guy was because he was just running all over the place. So that I think is a really good change just because it makes it feel lived in. It doesn't feel like they're robots. So milestone 5 is actually the first one that of the list that isn't out yet. It's actually the ship customization. I mentioned it when we looked at the menus. There's really no information on it so far other than what's here on the page. It does look like they're going to be adding new weaponry like flak cannons, torpedoes, railguns, naval mines, breach pod types. They're going to increase speeds, thank God. And then they also are going to have different armors apparently on the ships. So that's definitely a good change. The ship customization is something that no game with a shooting aspect like this game has ship customization. So milestone 6 seems to be more of like a quality of life thing. They have it under immersion. So it looks like here that it's going to be more of like animations, like your body interactions with sitting down in a chair, or it says here seamless airlock hangar entry, which, you know, obviously if you have an SSD, it's going to be a lot quicker in and out of that stuff, but it is a little weird when you just fly your escape pod or whatever right into a wall or a ship and you just end up in it. But that's a good change. I think that's good. Realistic HUD effects. There's basically no HUD effects right now. Milestone 7 seems to be a character creator, which surprised me a little bit. I didn't expect this game to have any type of character customization. It didn't really seem like it was necessary, but they seem like they're going to add head variants, body variants, base color, secondary color. I mean, you know, it's a good thing. It's not a bad thing, but I didn't even really think it was necessary, but adding content. Milestone 8 is actually the only one that hasn't been achieved yet that they have up on their fig.co site. I never heard of any of this stuff before, so I'm actually going to read this fully for you guys. So Milestone 8 procedural node-based map design. This milestone will start to integrate a new mechanic that will use nodes to place different raid locations within the space playable area. We will also change the backdrop of the space per session to add visual variety and with new areas to explore with your ship. So every time you launch, you can experience something different. Here is a breakdown of this upcoming milestone. Procedural node-based raid locations, new raid locations, and new space locations. This will be our most ambitious update yet. We hope with future milestones we can build upon this mechanic so players can find themselves flying through planetary atmospheres, distant stars, or even the surface of moons with all different ships and colonies to raid. So when I read that, what I think of is the star map from No Man's Sky. And I don't know if that's what they mean, but as long as it's not as complicated, which I don't think there's any way it can be as complicated as the No Man's Sky star map, I think that this is a good change and adding variety, obviously, where you can travel around more. And lastly, I just kind of wanted to show the team really quick to, give them some credit. I definitely enjoyed my time jumping back into the game, and for 3 guys doing all this work, it's definitely impressive. So, all in all, I'd say that was pretty fun, pretty eventful. Had a lot of fun with the game. I'm glad I jumped back in. I'd probably jump back in a little bit more now that the game is a little bit more developed. Definitely want to give a lot of credit to the dev team. I mean, the just small impact games is just for 3 people to do this work in 7 months is just it's kind of incredible. But I digress. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate your support. If you guys have any questions, just comment below. I will link the Fig page in the comments as well as in the description. Thank you guys for watching, and Wizzy Wizard out.